name's Elijah Ross, and today's review is David Lynch's new movie, The Fall Guys. The movie follows Ryan Gosling's character as essentially just stunt double who helps out with Sam Ryder, who's played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, and does stunts altogether. After a severely botched accident in one of the sets, he essentially retires from doing the stunt business. But when his ex-girlfriend turns up back in his life and doing her directorial debut, he reluctantly signs on, but little did he know there's a massive conspiracy that's going to completely unravel the film set and the film production one by one. And before you ask, why am I filming this off my phone? The reason is my camera's now broken, and it's now my camera's been with me for now 10 years, and unfortunately now decided to give up now, or pass away, so to say. So temporarily, until Amazon can get me a new camera, I'm just going to do things off my phone, which is a bit unorthodox, but that's the best I can do. So, with David Lynch, unfortunately, if I mispronounced his surname, I'm very familiar with his work with like Bullet Train and Hobbs and Shaw, and most notably Atomic Blonde, which I really like, which showcases work at its best, particularly in the 10-minute tracking shot of Charlize Theron fighting a bunch of goons in a Berlin apartment stairwell, which is definitely one of my favorite action scenes of the past few years. And with a movie essentially based on a TV show from the 1980s, and particularly in his stunt-heavy action films, this is going to be a massive piece of cake for me. So, in my opinion, this is a very enjoyable film. The action scenes in the movie and the stunt work, which is very heavy in that department, is absolutely brilliant, in my opinion. Not just the apartment fight scenes are also really good, the nightclub fight scenes with a lot of LSD special effects thrown into it, and of course the fight where it's on a garbage truck or something, like the massive truck thing you put your massive amount of rubbish in, if your office need refurb or anything. But again, the action scenes are pretty hysterical and also really good when it comes to executing these stunts, since it does go well in that area. And the movie, particularly around stunt people, is very interesting, particularly at the end credits, where it does talk about, it does showcase Ryan Gosling's stunt doubles and all the stunts that were pulled off in the movie, either on the streets or on a soundstage or in front of a blue screen, which is something I kind of link back to from watching martial arts movies, where you do see actors have a good time with the crew and have a good time with their stunt doubles, which is something that I found really, really intriguing, and in my opinion. And also the romance subplot with Ryan Gosling's character and Emily Blunt's character as well, which is also very interesting. Particularly there is that one scene where Ryan Gosling is just crying in his car while listening to Taylor Swift's All Too Well, the 10-minute version, Taylor's version, which again is a really good scene, and also does flashback a lot to him and her just hanging about on set. Which, again, the movie does have some really good character development as well. So I can give loads of props to that as well, which is, again, really, really good. And also, there's a lot of subplots about how controlling and how a bit omnipresent Hollywood is. Considering there's been a strike last year, there's also massive discussions about AI scans, which was used greatly in this movie, but through deepfakes and using using a face of someone to deceive the news and the wider public, which is almost essentially reminiscent of Black Mirror episode, which is a bit omnipresent. And also Hannah Waddington, if you may know her from Ted Lasso, does shine in this movie as this overly obnoxious film producer who's trying every way she can to essentially take over production and just be almost an amoeba of everyone's brains in that production. I think it does make sense how people mostly frown upon producers now, given how they essentially just take over the film's production, which is, again, a bit omnipresent, but something that is very understandable in this climate as well. And all in all, this movie, comparing it to like other films that David Lynch has done, like Hobbs and Shaw, Bullet Train, and Atomic Blonde, and as well as his stunt work he's worked on for, like Viva Vendetta. I think he did the Matrix trilogy, as I could remember off the top of my head. And this movie is basically a love letter to stunt-heavy cinema, whether it's more oldie silent films to the more modern stuff that we're getting right now, which is, again, massively enthralling and massively brilliant. And the chemistry between Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling is actually brilliant. And Hannah Waddington and Erika Johnson, as two essentially obnoxious characters, also are really good in this movie as well. And in my opinion, the comedy in this film does actually land quite a bit as well. The writing may be come off a bit exposition heavy, in my opinion, and a bit too a little bit rely on cliches in one or two scenes. But again, I think the writing, despite of its flaws, is actually pretty good as well. So for the Fall Guy, I am actually feeling 8 out of 10. So, what do you think of Fall Guys? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Letterboxd. And this is Elijah Wells, and bye.